A lot of us goes in for modifications on the motorcycles. Go in for sensible modifications that will not impact the performance. So don't go in for those kind of modifications that will actually hamper your bike. So this happens to be the main purpose of putting this saddle stay on my Himalayan, because I use a Cramster saddle bag. I mean, you can use any saddle bag actually. And since the Himalayan has an upswift exhaust, so you cannot just put the saddle bag just like that, because if it touches the exhaust, it may actually melt the saddle bag because of the heat it produces. So that's why I made this saddle stay. I saw it online on some other Himalayan and got it done by a fabricator in Karol Bagh, New Delhi. So this is how, like, when you put the saddle bag, it will rest on these areas, so on these frames, and it will not touch the exhaust. So that's the main purpose of putting this on. Now regarding the handlebar, I have put it for a lot of purposes. Like, as you can see, I use this Rhinox mobile mount, and you can use it in the portrait mode, you can use it in the landscape mode as well, whichever way you want. It's very useful for navigation, and this, with this protection on it, becomes waterproof. And it is also, I mean, you can also operate your touchscreen phone through this cover, and you can also use it for mounting these secondary cameras if you have one, and it will give you good selfie angles. And if you face the camera on that side, it will give you a good view of the road with the speedometer. So that's the whole purpose. And also it is very easy to stand and ride whenever the situation gets tricky, and it's very comfortable overall. You have a very commanding riding position while you're riding the motorcycle. So sensible modification out there. Now one thing, like these knuckle guards, if you are putting this on, and if you're by any chance using the same handlebar from Fatboy Customs, I mean, they will do it for you, but just for your information, you cannot lock the handlebar with the stock position of the visor. So you'll have to put it on the second mount, the second port out here, so that it becomes the straight one as opposed to the curved ones, because otherwise it will not let you lock the handlebar. And also, as Kunal from Fatboy Customs advised, that it's good to use the stock bar and weights rather than any other, so that it can sustain the impact of a crash, if any. And a lot of your questions around why I have put the stock exhaust back onto my Himalayan, as you can see here. The main purpose is that I honestly want to get rid of any vibrations that was coming from the aftermarket exhaust, which was incidentally made by Royal Enfield. So I will not call it an aftermarket. I prefer calling it as an off-road exhaust. That's what Royal Enfield calls it. And the purpose of putting that exhaust is I basically got bored of that loud sound, because the stock exhaust makes the bike a lot more smoother, quieter, and that is what I prefer these days. I am done with riding sounds. I want to ride a motorcycle, not the sound. So, and basically on a single cylinder motorcycle, there's no point in putting in like an exhaust and expect that the performance will go high, like just like that. So it doesn't make sense, and that's the reason I removed the aftermarket exhaust or the performance exhaust and got the stock exhaust back in. And trust me, I'm getting a better mileage. So with that, I would conclude this video. Hope you guys liked this video and found this informative. Take care.